And, when I think about this whole situation with the pandemic, I kind of think about who has, what entity, what country has this pandemic benefited the most. And the more that I look at China as an example, I would say that it's probably benefited them the most, just simply because there was the National Security Act that was passed July 1st, and that Security Act basically, you saw that 2 million man march in China basically just stopped. So the little bit of freedoms that Chinese citizens do have, those days are gone. They can't even criticize their government. They can't say anything that would potentially be insulting or criticizing their government. And they have stated that they can be put in jail up to life just for criticizing their government, which is amazing and unbelievable and outrageous all at the same time. What I wanted to say, though, is as far as everything that's been happening, it just seems that now here we are, we're on another wave of lockdowns, or about to be. You see other parts of the world starting to lock down in Europe. I did a video about Ireland. They knew within a couple days of that lockdown that 150,000 people were going to lose their jobs. They still did it. They're saying that it's starting to spike out here, not just on the West Coast, but other places. I don't really know how to feel about the whole situation. I'm not sure if I'm a believer, but I would say that there's definitely a lot of strange stuff that's going on, and it kind of makes you think, like, with this whole situation, it makes you wonder if everything happening was just maybe a test run. If this was some sort of drill, for something bigger to come. I've stated that before, and I got to tell you, I definitely have a lot of concerns about that. But when I look at, how our economy has been destroyed because of this, and all the adverse effects as far as here in America specifically, it's not even just about the economy, but it's about our way of life. I mean, more than an actual virus, it seems like there's been a lot more harm that's come from this, just for the simple fact of the cause and effects of what the lockdowns are creating, taking our freedoms, essentially allowing us, to still go to the store and still travel, but we're limited. We're forced to wear masks at the grocery store. That was voluntary until it wasn't voluntary. And now, it seems like China is just laughing all the way to the bank, just laughing at the United States specifically, because coincidentally, the Wuhan virus or whatever, what's interesting is that was the first smart city in the United States, or excuse me, aside from the United States rolling out 5G in the last year. Wuhan was the first smart city, activated a total of 15,000 5G towers, and it was all happening right around January, February, March. Actually, I think it was right before that. I'm trying to remember the date. But what's interesting is you see that the 5G rollout in Europe, as far as Italy, Spain, France, the UK, you see how high the numbers for diagnosis was out there, and still is. And so it makes me wonder if there is a correlation to the health effects of 5G. And if you do your research, there's so many different health effects of 5G. And actually, 5G does have the ability to create flu-like symptoms, like, for example, shortness of breath, anxiety, respiratory issues, headaches. There's a whole list of other things. And those are coincidentally some of the C virus symptoms as well. And so it's just very strange, because if you match up a map of where 5G was rolled out in the last year, and you match up a map where the diagnosis are the highest, not just in Europe, but also the United States, you can see how high the numbers were in LA, New York, especially you look at New York, a very condensed city, everyone's really close together. It makes me wonder if there is a correlation between 5G and this so-called pandemic. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. And check you all in the next one. Thanks very much for tuning in. Later.